Okay, recording this video after close trade Monday, the 22nd of January 2018. Do hope you are doing well. So just a quick intro video to today's trade, which was a classic fade the amateurs trade, getting in on a RAMBO pattern. Remember, the amateurs are often doing the wrong thing, and RAMBO patterns show when they're driving breakouts to new highs or breakdowns to new lows, where the activity is being driven by the amateurs. And we had a classic today. We had two little RAMBO patterns, kind of mid-morning, one here and one here, with exhaustion sell at that point. And I always say, when you get RAMBO patterns with exhaustion volume, that is unstable. So that's a lot of selling being driven by the amateurs. It took us 2 bites at this. The first time around, it shows it was driven by the amateurs, and we went for some initial strength. But then when we went again, broke below this pivot level, again, this activity is being driven by the amateurs with a RAMBO pattern and a flush volume pattern going on here, and that was a good entry to fade, do the opposite of what the amateurs are doing here. So I went long 1950, got out at 25.75 for 6.25, got out around this activity kind of going on here. There was more to be had if you'd waited for an exhaustion buy kind of pattern on better volume to better momentum, I beg your pardon, to mirror this volume here, but that's not for me. I could never have sat through all of that volatility waiting for those exhaustion patterns to go on there. But just look for these RAMBO patterns and fade them if they get kind of spike reversals. That's what I'm looking for from a RAMBO pattern reversal trade. And I'm starting to mark them on a special chart, my little RAMBO pattern chart here. And this is the activity. The first little dip down, I'm marking a little bit of a resistance level that needs to get through in order for it to be confirmed into an uptrend. Just using the highest high of the last couple of bars. Same thing down here with the RAMBO pattern. And you can see this one broke nicely into some strength. That then we got a RAMBO to RAMBO channel just sitting above that pivot high, and another RAMBO to RAMBO channel here with those stops kind of sitting above that little high for the day. So broke into an uptrend based on that RAMBO pattern there and just went to the rest of the day. Remember, the RAMBO patterns that show up kind of after hours are always going to be a little bit suspect. After hours activity, the average trade size kind of comes down, and we get these kind of RAMBO signals going off that are not spurious, but it's, it takes a couple of bars for the algorithm to recalculate what is amateur activity, because the average trade size has dropped down so far. Anyway, there we go. You might see these kind of charts popping up for me in kind of days and weeks to come, but that's all it is. It's just seeing the RAMBO patterns and seeing a reversal off a RAMBO pattern and kind of jumping in. It's fading the amateurs, what the amateurs are doing, and going the opposite way. Anyway, there we go. Hope your trading went well today. Okay, just gone long 1950. We had everything for the making of a reversal of trend here. We had pullback under trends on the lowest time frame. It's early entry signals there. We had exhaustion by bearish divergence. We then put in pullback to under trend on the intermediate time frame, and we were looking for a breakdown here, looking for weakness. The system, flipping over to white bars to show downtrends, but we've had a double support come in on the low and the intermediate time frames there. This exhaustion sell is showing us people that were anxious to get short take profits at that point, but it's RAMBO patterns kind of cropped up here, showing that the amateurs are leading this move. They kind of led it here, we held a little bit and bounced, and they were leading it here, and so we bounced quite a lot from there. So this is a RAMBO pattern trade. Movement target well out, just to see where this is. I think this will go above 22.50 and shake people out on stops. But because the system is not switched over, that's why I'm kind of trading long. Normally this would have broken into a downtrend, shown some weakness, but we would have broken those supports. We wouldn't have just bounced off them. And the amateurs leading the way. Kind of using this chart kind of lately just to show those RAMBO patterns on the 1500 and the MTF chart. So this one, beginning of the day, didn't work out because it was on the highs and we didn't break that support level there. This last one, we came damn close to kind of breaking it, on the upside, but no, we kind of came in, and the level for the Rambo break here was 1775, that little move, and we've broken that solidly. So yeah, this is a Rambo trade. The amateur's getting short, expecting this to be a reversal day, and I think they're going to be disappointed, kind of shaken out. So let's see where we go next, but breaking above here, above 22s, 2250s, that'll be the go, that'll be the level that really shakes them out. So let's see what happens next. Alright, little excitement over the last couple of minutes. We had this really big dig down, then another one here with a blue professional down bar on 500, and we immediately come back up the highs of that. So we need to keep on coming through here, through the resistance up to 21s. That will give me some confidence of breaking into another kind of trend. System's still showing red, and you can see how now this exhaustion sell is giving us a whole little range here, which we're kind of compressing, and we've got to kind of bust out into a trending move. I suppose timing wise that's going to happen when we get this cyclical cross on the 4500. Yeah, so it's coming back a little bit. We're 10:51 a.m. Chicago time, so we're kind of in the doldrums just before the 11 a.m. window shuts in Europe, kind of shuts. We'll get clean sailing after that, so a bit of break up to 21 is what I'm looking for now. Alright, here we go. We're at 2150, just got the break above resistance here, 2175. 2250 is the high for the day, so we've got some stops around there. So initial target's 2350. I'll move that out to 2550. Let's see, maybe it'll get interesting. Now, Rambo pattern here on 1500, ignoring that because effectively that was Rambo to Rambo channel. So we just hit that 2250. Stops just sitting there 2250 to 23. So that's where we got a little bit of a punch there. So a whole bunch of amateur activity here. That's okay. I was just saying on this one, that's kind of a Rambo to Rambo channel because the last one we had on the downside was here, and so you know, they get stopped out when they place their stops kind of around a previous pivot. That's the 11 a.m. window that's just kind of gone off. So we're at 2250. We're launching ourselves into another uptrend here, above resistance on the 500 tip bar chart. So it's got to go kind of pull back to end of trend, and at some point resistance is going to come in here on the 1500. So we're at 23s. So initial target 2350. We've got no blue professional bars yet on the 1500, taking profits on the way up, and I think we've got to go see another exhaustion pattern. Last time around, so we had exhaustion into these highs, sell off here, we kind of hold here. So this is kind of, rather than selling out, it's because we got caught in the channel, we've got to go back up and go get rid of that volume. So 3,000 read, we've got to go like a 7 or 8,000 read, I'd have thought, on the way up. So yep, just hold on, see where we go. 2550 is where my target's at. So let's just leave it there for the time being. Okay, so 2350, the initial target just got hit. It's all Rambo patterns on the way up. Look at this. Wow. Blue professional bars is what we've got to see for taking profits on 1500. Alright, now movement target out to 2650 because we have not seen exhaustion buy on 1500 yet. It's a 4,000 read and 4,000 read on the MTF chart. There's that pullback support level kind of gone off. It's gone off on this chart at least. So I want to see that kind of read with blue professional up bars. At some point we'll get a cross here and we'll go pull back into trend on 500 tip bar chart. So 2650, going for, you know, a little bit of consolidation and then a little run and then consolidation and run. So 4,000. Let's see what it is when this bar closes. See what that read is. All right, we're coming back up. 2575. It's a 4,000 read on better momentum on the 1500. Same on the MTF chart. Come on, let's get that little pop. 650 is what I'm up, so we're 26 even. And a quarter. Come on, come on. That's the first blue professional bar we've had on the 1500 tip bar chart in a while. So 6,000 read and 7,000 read. Come on, just give me a little pop up to 6.5s. Okay, 2650 is hit. Come on, take me out. Order fill 25.75. Just brought it in there. It's probably going to go up through 26. I'm quite happy with that. 25.75. So what is that? 6.25 points. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All off a RAMBO pattern, which was this one kind of down here. Amateurs got shaken out. They were going short too early. Blue professional bars started to come in. All right, and this is going pull back to under trend at some point. I'm sure, yeah, my 26.50 is going to get hit, but I'm happy with that. Well, it's finally the end of the day, and we got the exhaustion buy patterns here on the 500 tip butt chart, MTF chart. So we were getting in long based on the RAMBO pattern here. I got out at 25.75 just before these end of trends kind of went off. There was a whole family of them, highest, intermediate, and low time frame. But look, no exhaustion buy. We had a lot of people kind of taking profits here. But trend move is not over until we get exhaustion buy here. So the exhaustion sell goes to exhaustion buy. I mean, it's 36. It's another 10 points higher than when I got out. But that is what it is. I could never have sat through this kind of volatility with the expectation of going up to this point here. So I'm quite happy with my trade from here to here. Anyway, there we go. Done, done, done.